Am I audible?
Yes, quite audible, Prabhu.
Okay. Okay. First of all, yeah, Hare Krishna, all devotees. It's really an honor, and I'm really humbled to be attending this session. This Krishna Ratri session is actually a personal inspiration for us as well, because after seeing Matrapati Prabhu's this program's message, it also inspired for us to start something very similar in our circle as well. I was actually sharing this to some of the other devotees as well. So some were asking us, "Oh, is Matrapati Prabhu also doing this program?" I said, "No, it is actually from him only we took inspiration and we are doing." So thank you so much for that, Prabhu. Uh, it's happening in Kannada in our circle, and thank you for giving me this service to be with devotees and uh, discuss Krishna Katha. ओम अज्ञानातिमिरन्दस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनाशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्यैव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंदा हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे yeah so I got to know that daily there are some pastimes Krishna Katha being spoken. However, today I won't be talking anything specifically on any specific pastimes, but then I thought we'll try to discuss a topic something like what is the importance of celebrating Janmashtami, or in other words, why do we celebrate Janmashtami? A lot of people around the world today we are celebrating so many days. There is Friendship Day. There is no Engineers Day. There is Valentine's Day. Recently, I was seeing 1 month back there is World Idli Day. So it seems World WHO has somehow identified that the South Indian breakfast idli is one of the very healthiest breakfast. And anyone who takes this idli continuously for 6 months daily, and he will really develop a very good gut. And then they also came up with this World Idli Day. So like this, people around the world, they know reasons for celebrating different days. We all know Janmashtami, but if you go and ask, apart from devotees, if you go and ask people in general, why do we celebrate Janmashtami, or for that matter, anything like Ramanavami or any other appearance day of the Lord, they don't know. They just say that, okay, it is no birthday of the Lord, or some people say, no, it is just a ritual or something like that. So the whole point is, why should we really celebrate from a spiritual point of view? uh? I mean, there was one retired IAS officer. So this retired IAS officer, he was very much interested in Ramayana. So he likes Ramayana and Mahabharata. Always, wherever he speaks, wherever he goes, he talks about no pastimes of Lord. He likes asking questions. So one day he was invited to a school function. So he went to the school as a guest, and there he goes into the classroom and he asks one boy, uh, "Do you know who broke Janaka's bow?" So he asks that boy. He calls his name out and he asks. Then that boy says, boy starts crying. "Oh no, I didn't. It's not me. It's not me." So this person was really surprised. Oh, how come this children are not knowing that simple Ramayana also? So then he called the class teacher. He called the class teacher and he told that, "What is this? Your student?" I asked him who broke Janaka's bow. He is not at all telling. He's crying. Then this teacher told, "Yes, sir. He is actually a very, very good boy in the class. So he wouldn't have broken it. So that's the reason he is crying. It should be somebody else. Did you check properly?" So this teacher said. So then this person got again frustrated. What is this? The student does not know. The teacher also is not knowing. So then They get into an argument, and both of them go to the principal. So they say that this person, this retired person, says that I asked this question to your student, and he's saying I don't know. The teacher also doesn't know. So the principal says, "No, sir, I'm very sorry for that. No, they don't know how to behave with you. What you do is you just there is a complaint box outside. You write it and put it. So I will search. I will try to get the actual culprit, and I will let you know." So then this person got really frustrated, and he came out of the school, and he's going towards his house. He's fully frustrated, and as he comes across his village, people around ask, "What happened, sir? Today you're in a very deep thought. You don't look happy as you are always. What happened?" So he explains the entire incident like this. See, today's generation, people don't know anything. So the boy said like this, the teacher said like this, the principal said like this. So then that panchayat member, what he says is, "Why are you getting tensed for all these things? This is all no. Uh, all these matters are really not at all required for us. What to do nowadays? Things are very. It's all China items. No, those days things were very strong. It never used to break. Today everything it is China items in the market. That's why that bow broke down very easily. So why are you breaking your head? Nothing is lost for you. No, so no problem." So this guy got even more frustrated. So it is like he's trying to get no, at least to see if at least one person knows something about Ramayana, but nothing. So finally he goes home, and wife says, "Why are you tensed? What happened? All the things." And he again explains this entire story. And she says, "What, for such a simple thing? Why are you uh, tensed like this?" So the officer says, "No, see, it is so sad to see that nobody knows the answer for this." "Who said nobody?" Wife says, "Who said nobody knows? I know the answer." Then this guy says, "Oh, at least you know the answer." "Okay, yeah, yeah. In this, not only me, in this village, everyone knows the answer. You know that Sharmaji only broke the bow of Janaka." "What? Sharmaji? Who is that Sharmaji?" "Last week you saw that Ramayana drama skit they were performing, and Sharmaji was he only came, and he took the bow and he broke it. So you are not aware." So this wife was actually referring to one Ramayana drama which was happening, and some person called Sharmaji was acting as Rama, and he had broken the bow. So, anyways, this is just a funny theme. The whole point is to explain that today's generation is in such a condition that we really don't know what we are doing, why we are doing. People fast on on the day where we are supposed to fast. We eat all sorts of nonsenses, but the day where we are supposed to not fast, no, it is everything happening in a different day. It's all happening upside down. No, people fast for so many things, but they don't fast on Ekadashis. They really don't know what the Shastra says, or especially the lack of guidance from the scriptures plays an important role. So that's the reason we thought we'll discuss this topic today. And why should we celebrate appearances days like this? Why is it very important, especially for devotees? And the answer is simple. We don't have to take longer routes, because Krishna himself answers this in the Bhagavad Gita. He says in 4.9, Janma karma chame divyam evam yoveti tatvataha tyaktva deham punarjanma naiti mameti so Arjuna. So Krishna says, Arjuna, see, one who knows my transcendental nature of my appearance, activities, and that person will not take birth again in this material world, and he will attain my eternal abode. So there are two key points which he is making here. He says, one who knows about my activities and my appearance and the nature of my appearance. So that kind of directly answers these questions. No, the appearances day. So whoever tries to understand Krishna's appearances and activities will not take birth again. So here the activities means eternal pastimes of the Lord. No, it is one thing we have to understand is it is only because the Lord has incarnated and on this planet we are able to understand his activities. Just imagine if Lord is an imaginary person. He has not incarnated. Somewhere in the Shastras it is mentioned, but there are no pastimes. It becomes very difficult, right? Especially there are 5 ways to know the Supreme, to take darshan of the Supreme Lord. First one is taking darshana in Vaikunta as Paravasudeva, taking darshan of Paravasudeva in Vaikunta. Second is taking darshan of Lord in Milk Ocean. Third one is taking darshan of Lord through avatars, his incarnation. Fourth one is taking darshan of Lord and understanding Lord as Paramatma within our heart. And fifth one is taking darshan of Lord through Archa Vigraha, understanding, seeing the Lord through Archa Vigraha. So basically, these are the 5 ways how you can see the Lord. So first one is taking darshan of the Lord in Vaikuntha Loka, which is not possible for us. So we'll have to really attain, we'll have to practice here, and only when we go back to Godhead, only then we will be able to take darshan of Lord in Vaikuntha. So at the present time in material world, it is not possible. So that is wiped out. Second, taking darshan of the Lord in uh, Milk Ocean. So this Bhagavatam 5th canto says, Milk Ocean is situated beneath the Patala Loka. So there are upper planetary systems, Earth, lower planetary system, and then there is all this Naraka Loka. And below there, Garbhodaka Sai Vishnu is lying down in the Milk Ocean. So basically, this Milk Ocean is considered as a consulate to Vaikunta. See, for example, when we go to America, in India, if we want to apply for American visa in India, in Chennai, Bangalore, Delhi, and all, there will be a consulate office of USA, right? So before we go to America, we go to USA and apply to go there. So like this Palai, Palkadal, what we say, Kshirasagara, which is the Milk Ocean where Garbhodaka Sai Vishnu lies down, this is called the consulate to Vaikunta. So when we say in the Shastras, we say the demigods, Brahma, they all went, whenever they get problem, they go and they approach the Lord, they pray to the Lord. They actually don't go to Vaikunta, they go to this place only. Because nobody else can go to Vaikunta very easily. So there they take Garbhodaka Sai Vishnu's darshan and then they get all the benedictions from there. So this place still falls under material world only. It does not come under spiritual world. So like I said, so out of anyways, coming back, these 5 activities, this is the second one. Third one is avataras. Anyways, for having darshan of incarnation, we have to be born when this incarnation is coming. So we were not there when Krishna was born. We were not there when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came. So that is also not possible. Now, fourth one is Paramatma. Uh, with our no the with our quality of devotion, we can't. It is very difficult for us to see the Lord as Paramatma, to realize that we all know theoretically there is Paramatma inside our heart, but it is really difficult. We have to be in a really higher position to really understand and realize, have that higher realization of Paramatma within our heart so that we can communicate to Him. So all these 4 methods are not possible. So for our Jivatmas, the only method possible is to have the darshan of Archa Vigraha. And that is why we have temples where we are given an opportunity to do deity worship and visit the temples and other things. Now, this is definitely a special mercy of the Lord because we learn all these Shastra, we understand the pastimes of the Lord, we understand the incarnations of the Lord, but we'll have to have that personal touch to connect to the Lord personally. We'll have to see His Murti, Archa Vigraha. That is why the Lord has incarnated as Archa Vigraha and He is giving us that mercy by that way. So He's giving us an opportunity to understand Him so that we can come out of this process of cycle and cycle of birth and death. Punarapi Jananam, Punarapi Maranam. So that's one of the reasons why we need to celebrate Janmashtami. We have to celebrate Janmashtami in this mindset. We have to be really grateful to the Lord because He's being so merciful to our fallen souls. No, through His pastimes, through His Archa Vigraha form, He is. So it is kind of a gratitude giving ceremony. These celebrations are, we are showing our gratitude. It is not just like any other happy birthday celebrate ceremony which we celebrate. Out of that gratitude that Lord has shown us through Archa Vigraha, through this pastimes, giving us an opportunity to understand Him. That is one of the reasons why we celebrate these festivals. No, it is because generally it is not very easy because we are all fallen souls. It is not very easy for us to come out of the cycle of birth and death. It is not so easy for us to attain the lotus feet of the Lord, although we keep hearing this. No, the Vedic scriptures recommends us many processes like Karma Yoga, Jnana Yoga, Ashtanga Yoga, No, and we all know that it is not even practical in this age of Kali Yuga to follow all these methods. No, but Lord Krishna here very mercifully he says, Janma karma chame divyam. Just understand my appearance and activities. That is more than enough. And he's giving such a simple way to attain him. No, why has he made it so simple? It is because of his merciful nature. If the Lord was not merciful, then it is very, very difficult. None of us could have practiced Krishna conscious. That is why it is said, Hey Krishna Karuna Sindhu. He's Karuna Sindhu, ocean of mercy. No, there is a poet in Andhra, no, Bhakta Ramadas. He sings Kunti Sutta Paripalana Lolam Bhadrachala Gopalam, which means the Lord is always keen to protect the sons of Kunti, which means the Pandavas. No, he was always giving his fully. He was completely. No, it is not actually the devotees are devoted to the Lord. It was the Lord who was more devoted, and he used to offer himself completely to the devotees. It is said that no, the Lord is always meditating on one thing. He's always meditating how we can bring all these fallen souls back to him. So we all, right, when we have Janmashtami celebration and other things, when Janmashtami comes, we sit and no, we meditate. Okay, how can we promote this event? How many people we have to do? How much prasadam we have to prepare? So this is how devotees think. Now here it is acharyas are saying the Lord is always meditating on how he can bring each and every fallen soul back to him. So now we'll get a question here. If the Lord is really meditating on how to get us back, then why it is not happening? That can be a question. No, what is it which is stopping him, or what is it which is stopping us? No, the reason is because we don't desire it from the heart. For example, um, if the Lord desires to give mercy on the devotees, if that mercy has to reach the devotee, what should the devotee do? Can anyone answer? If the Lord desires to give mercy, shower mercy on the devotees, and if that mercy has to reach us, what should we do? What should that one quality what that devotee should have?
We should desire.
To be humble.
Okay, humble, desire, humility,
Surrender. Humility
Surrender.
and serve the
surrender.
Vaishnavas.
Bhakti.
Okay,
Bhakti,
good. All these answers are correct.
Follow his instructions.
Correct. Yeah, all these answers are correct. But the most closest answer is devotee has to simply accept it. That's all. When the Lord is giving mercy, we'll have to accept it. Most of the time, it is the mercy is flowing towards us, but we don't identify it, or we don't open our hearts to welcome that mercy or accept that mercy. Sometimes our circle servants or Bhakti Riksha leaders come and give us some seva. Prabhu, so we have Janmashtami coming, please do this service. No, Prabhu, actually, no, I have so many things at home. My relatives are coming, my kids are there. I have planned for an outing, shopping is there. So this is not a, when these instructions are coming, one thing what we have to understand is this is not instructions coming from the circle servant. We are not doing any personal seva through for circle servant, and he is not paying us, or Bhakti Riksha leaders, they are not serving us for our seva. So when these kind of serving sevas are coming, one thing we have to understand it is coming from Guru Parampara. It is coming from Srila Prabhupada. It is coming from, and directly it is coming through the Lord. So the mercy will flow this way only. We all know that story, right? So there was one huge flood, and the one person, the entire city was just sinking, and somebody was no crying for help. Krishna, please come, please save me. I am your devotee. You can't see I'm sinking here. So first, boatman comes. Boatman comes and he says, "Come, come. Why don't you get into the boat?" He says, "No, no. I have called Lord, so He will come to help me." Then again, second one, helicopter comes. So the water level is rising. He says, "No, no. I have called Krishna. He will come separately. You guys, please carry on." Then somebody finally gives his hands, puts his hands out and gives his hand. He says, "No, no, no. I'm not coming. Krishna will." Then finally, that's all. Nobody comes and he sinks and drowns. Finally, when he meets the Lord, he says, "No, Lord, I am your devotee. Why didn't you come to save me?" No, he says, "No, I came. Firstly, I came as a boatman. Then I came as an helicopter. Then I came as a person personally giving hand out to you. It is you who did not understand that it was me. So most of the times when the mercy flows, mercy is already, we always say, oh no, when are you coming to temple, Prabhu? No, Prabhu, let Krishna call me. Let him show his mercy on me. Then I will come. He only will come and call me. No, as though Krishna is given some separate appointment for them one day coming and calling. No, it is Lord will show you different directions. Sometimes it will come as the some difficulties in our it will come through some problems in our life, and it through some Ajnata Sukriti, so somewhere Lord will remind us, okay, you are going through some hard struggles. Why don't you come to the temple? So these are all that reminders which Lord is sending. And when we don't act on this, so that's why I told, when Lord gives mercy, our only qualification is we have to just accept it. So that is more important thing. Anyways, coming back, so what is stopping us? Like I said, if the Lord is really meditating on how to bring us back to Him, He's always thinking about the fallen souls. The only thing stopping us is that we are not ready. We don't desire it from somebody answered, right? We don't desire, we don't surrender. We don't desire it from God. Although Lord is ready, it is we who are still not ready to, and whether we have a confusion whether to surrender or not surrender. Even if we have to chant, whether we have to chant little or if we have to chant more. Oh, today I have done so much. No, so actually, Prabhupada says that in our life, at least 10 percentage of our life we'll have to minimum 10 percentage of our life we have to be involved in Lord's service. So 10 percentage means how much? In one day, 2.4 hours, which means 2 hours goes in chanting only. And this is like minimum. See, out of 100, 35 is pass mark, which means 35 is minimum, which means that 10% is considered as just C grade, just pass. So minimum we have to give 2.5 hours in a day for our Krishna consciousness. So anything anything lesser than that will not actually bring us to a platform where we can progress in Krishna consciousness. So we'll have to be ready, open our hearts. No, there was one small village, and it's small in a very remote area, and there was one beautiful small Krishna temple in outskirts, and there was only one pujari who was serving in this temple, and he used to take care of all activities like cleaning the temple, preparing boga, offering boga, showing arati. So since it was not a very small temple and not very people, he used to take care of all activities. So there was one old lady from the village. She used to travel to this temple. So she used to travel, and she used to come very late in the evening, almost when this pujari is going to close the temple. That time this lady will come to take darshan. And this pujari, he feels very pity for this old grandmother. He thinks that, okay, she's a very poor lady. She's coming from so far. So he opens darshan till that lady prays and leaves. And this lady will stand there for a long time. She will say, oh, Krishna, why are you not at all seeing me? Are you not seeing me? I am struggling so much. No? Why are you not coming to help me? Why don't you come and take me soon? See, my limbs are not working. Why are you, don't you have eyes? See, I am coming, your devotee, like this old grandmother, no, very pitifully she prays. She daily has complaints, same prayers daily. Oh Krishna, why are you seeing me? Why are you not seeing me? Why don't you take me? These things only. So then daily she used to come like this. This pujari got a little disturbed because again early morning he has to close the temple and he has to walk all the way to village and come early morning he has to come back. So he requested this old grandmother that why don't you come little bit early so that it will be helpful for me also, because I am all alone, so I can close the temple on time and reach my home. This grandmother told, okay, fine, I'll come. So, but she kept on repeating the same thing. She came on very late, and this pujari had to wait for her. So what this pujari did, almost when the temple is going to close, this grandmother will come. So then this pujari thought, okay, I cannot do any other thing. I'll have to do some trick. So what he did is, one day he hid behind the deity. And when this grandmother came, he started speaking, like as though the deity is speaking. Oh, my devotee, so you have come today. I am very glad to see you. So this grandmother got shocked. Where is this noise coming? She's seeing around. Why are you seeing here and there? This is the Lord, your Lord speaking. So this grandmother, Krishna, is it you? Yes, it is me. You have been crying every day. So finally I have heard your prayers. I am feeling so pitiful for you. So you have been crying, you have been telling that whether I have eyes or not. I definitely have eyes. And you have been praying that why don't you take me? Why don't you take me? Now I have come to take you. So tomorrow morning, 8 a.m., you be ready. Come outside of the village. I'll be waiting in so and so place. So you come there, I'll take you. So this grandma really, she was put in a spot. She did not know what is this. Lord is come and he's calling me tomorrow 8 a.m. What I have to do? She said, okay, okay, Lord, okay, fine. Then she went. And that day was the last day of her temple visit. After that, she never came to that temple only. So, anyways, the whole point is, it is not that how many days we come to temple and how we pray, what we pray. It is whether we are really doing it from the heart or mechanically. So this lady was just mechanically doing it. Yes, she was from a very cultural background. She knew that she had to visit temple and other things. But when she heard the Lord speaking directly to her, she was not ready when the Lord called. Of course, it was pujari in the form in the no mimicking, but still she was not ready. So this is the situation with all of us. No, we just pray when we are in some difficulty. No, we go through some hard time. We think of, oh, this material world is so miserable. It is full of distress. It is so painful. No, we have to come out of it. No, but once everything is cleared, we forget everything. Our problem is we have been doing this from not just in this lifetime, but millions and millions and millions of lifetime. Every time the Shastra says, no, even when we are in the womb of the mother, the child, it gets the conscious from starting from 3 months. And from the third month to ninth month, it is a real struggle for the baby. You imagine, you imagine us, somebody takes us and put it in a gunny bag and tie that gunny bag. And now it's not a plain gunny bag. That gunny bag is filled with pus, urine, stool, and blood or mucus, everything. Just imagine. It is such a difficult condition, and that's the condition this baby is in. And that time, the baby actually remembers the Lord and it prays, oh Lord, I have been ignorant all these lives. Now I have realized the truth. And I promise you to that extent that I will never ever leave your lotus feet again. So this is the promise which actually the baby makes. Shastra says this. We have all gone through that situation. No, and it prays so intensely, and then the baby comes out. Then everyone sings happy birthday to you. And once the baby hears this song, he or she forgets everything. All these struggle, all these gunny bag, mucus, pus, blood, everything. And then that baby grows up and somebody comes and preaches, Prabhu, why don't you chant Hare Krishna? And that baby who has grown up now says, hey, why you are believing all these God and all? No God, nothing. I don't have time for all these things. Now, this is the same baby which was crying out for the Lord in the womb of the mother. The very same soul which was promising to the Lord that I will definitely fall and surrender to your lotus feet, now is showing a different color here. So this is what, no, it is kind of a smashana vairagya we call. No, whenever we visit a death house or a funeral house, no, when we go and come back next to 2-3 days, we will be very realized souls. Even visiting a ISKCON temple will not give us so much of realization. When we go to a death house, right? Oh, that's all. This is all life is about. All of us are going to die one day. I must become very serious in Krishna consciousness. He is our only savior. I don't want any other life in this material world. We think all these things, but after 1 week, we are back to our business. No more smashana vairagya, nothing. So this is the mindset of the fallen soul. No, we are struggling. There is struggle at each and every stage, but still, no, it is there is that uh, the donkey, right? In front of the donkey, they tie this carrot, and the donkey thinks, okay, if I go forward, I will get the carrot. And this master Dobi will put all the luggage on back of the donkey. So this donkey is walking forward, walking forward. After sometimes it is running and it is doing all this work. But what happens as it walks, even the carrot is moving forward, right? So that is how our situation in this world is. No? We all think that one day we can become permanent, we can settle down, we can become happy in our life. But it is very difficult. It is not very easily possible. And the mindset of a fallen soul is compared very beautifully. Acharyas quotes this. I think even Prabhupada has told this pastime once. No, one person walks into the forest, and there is a very, I'll keep it short, and there is a blind well. What is a blind well is the well will not have any compound wall. It's an open dark well. It is all closed with all the bushes and other things. So you walk and this person suddenly slips and falls into the well. And while falling midway, somehow or the other he holds on to some branch. And it is a branch is grown inside the well, and he holds inside to the well. Somehow he holds on to it, but he is unable to sustain for a long time. You all know how long we can hold on. So his hands are slowly slipping. So he thinks maybe he can leave the hands, so he'll fall inside the water, and maybe from there he will come out, and he can call out someone, and someone will come to save. But when he looks down, the well is actually very dry. There is no water, and the bottom of the well is filled with completely poisonous snakes. So he changes his decision. He says, okay, if I fall down, the snakes will bite me. Let me hang on to the branch only. He thought, I'll hang on to the branch and then I'll shout for help, and somebody who is walking around the forest will hear me and he will come for help. And then as he was shouting, there was in the surrounding area, there was a tiger which was roaming. So this tiger was very hungry. And this tiger heard this noise. This tiger came towards the well. And the tiger saw that person is hanging in a branch. And this tiger is very hungry. Now this tiger is waiting. Let this person climb so that the tiger can kill and eat. So he made a noise expecting some humans can come for help, but unfortunately the tiger came. So now he cannot go down. Neither he can go down. He cannot come up only. He is there hanging there only. And his worry did not stop there. It did not end there. Actually, next to the well, there was a very big tree, very big banyan tree, and all the branches were hanging down. And what happened was, on that tree, there was a monkey. So this monkey, what it was doing, it was jumping from one branch to another branch. You know the monkeys, right? So they don't be quiet. And on this branch, there was a very big beehive, honey beehive. And what this monkey did was, it took a stick and it threw it on the beehive. And what happened? All the bees, they got disturbed and they all spread around. And most of the bees started coming inside the well. Now this guy, see, initially he has snake down waiting. Top, there is a tiger waiting. And this monkeys, what they did is they disturbed the honeybee, and the honeybee is flowing. And it is trying to sting. It is biting this person. With all this difficulty, there was one wonderful thing which happened. So when this monkey hit that honeybee, that honey started flowing drop by drop, drop by drop. And this honey is flowing exactly inside the well, drop by drop, drop by drop, it is showing. So this guy noticed already honeybees are disturbing him. He's trying to cover his face and he's doing shoo, all these things. But he noticed this honey drops are falling one by one. So what this guy did is, he's holding this branch. With the support of the branch, he kept his feet on the wall of the well, and he started moving that way, this way. No, hold it and come this side, just like a swing. Why he did that was, he's trying to reach out to that honey drops so that he can drink a little bit. So already snakes are waiting. Top tiger is waiting. Honeybee is already stinging him. He's going to die anytime. If he goes down, he dies. Come tops, he dies. There also, all the honeybees comes together, he dies. In between this, he is trying to get the honey drops. Now, why this pastime? This is the exact mindset of the people in this material world. In spite of all the difficulties what we have in this material world, we go after that small happiness. Just imagine the situation, right? This is the exact mindset. We are not very much bothered about Janma, Mrityu, Jara, Vyadi. We have seen this a lot in many, not only this lives, we have come across many lives. No, and we all know material world is full of miseries. Padam padam yat vipadam natesham. Every step there is a danger. But we are not at all concerned about this danger. So to realize this and to come out of this cycle of birth and death is another reason why we should celebrate these kind of appearance days of the Lord. All we need to do is, like Krishna says, understand his activities and pastimes. In other words, we'll have to do very simple devotional service. When we carry Krishna within our hearts through the medium of devotional service, then all our problems in our life goes away. No, when Krishna was born in the jail, Vasudeva immediately carried him to take him. No, he wanted to carry him to Gokul so that he did not want to lose another child because already six had died. So he wanted to leave to Nanda Maharaj's house. So when Vasudeva picked up this Krishna, baby Krishna, and when he was about to leave, three things happened. One is the shackles, all these shackle chains of Vasudeva, all the shackles were broken. So it was said that Vasudeva and Devaki, only one hand and one legs were free. So Kamsa had put a shackle on their entire body, only their head, one hand and one leg. That is for their basic necessities. For eating and other things, he had let it free. Rest of the places from neck to feet, it was completely shackled. It was all chained. See, they couldn't move at all. So as soon as Vasudeva picked up Krishna and was about to leave, the shackles of the feet broke. Second, all the doorkeepers automatically went to sleep. It is said that not only doorkeepers, even the entire Mathura went to sleep. Actually, it is a beautiful thing. The security was so much that there were 16 gates, and on each gate, two lions were guarding. There were two lions, and there was a very big stone on top of it. Anyone who tries to open that stone will fall on the head. So Kamsa, no, he knew all that technology those days only. It was so he did not want at any cost Vasudeva or Devaki to escape. So second thing is all the doorkeepers went to sleep, and the third thing is all the doors got opened automatically. All these open, and so Acharya comments on these 3 points. So first point, as soon as Vasudeva took up Krishna, the shackles of the feet broke, which means all those shackles of Vasudeva got broke, which means whoever carries Krishna in his heart, the shackles of birth, death, old age, and disease is broken, is what Acharya says. And second point, all the doorkeepers went to sleep, which means, anyways, the first point is whoever carries Krishna in the heart, which means even if he carries Krishna in the form of chanting the Hare Krishna mantra, so that way, by chanting Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, then the shackles of birth, death will be broken. Second point is all the doorkeepers went to sleep, and the Acharyas comment, those who carry Krishna, all the doorkeepers called as Kama, Krodha, Moha, Lobha, Madha, Matsarya will go away. And third point, all the doors were automatically opened. So Acharya says, whenever we carry Krishna in the tongue, especially through the holy names, the doors of Goloka Vaikuntha opens for us. So this is how the Acharya's comment. And Prabhu, can I take 5 more minutes or can I stop it here? Okay. Yeah. So this is how Janmashtami is not like any other festivals. So for example, when there is someone, some death in the family or someone near and dear ones dies, right? So generally for 1 year, there is some customs. We do not celebrate anything or we don't go anywhere. We don't celebrate any festivals. But it is said that Shastra says even in such situations also, Janmashtami could be celebrated. There is no sutaka for celebrating Janmashtami. There is nothing to stop it. And the great example given for this is that Vasudeva himself is a great example. No, although he was in jail, he still wanted to celebrate Janmashtami. No, it was a grieving moments for them. Vasudeva is a Kshatriya, so he wanted to give a lot of charity, but he couldn't. No, whenever he knew that it was Janmashtami, he wanted to give a lot of charities, but since they were in jail, he couldn't do it. But what he did was he was doing it in the mind. In the mind, he was offering. And after 11 years, when Krishna returned from Mathura, Vasudeva celebrated his Upanayana and he celebrated all this, whatever charity he had calculated in the mind, he noted it down and more than that, double charity he did. So here, both Vasudeva and Devaki had lost their 6 children. Just imagine, they were in jail, they had lost their 6 children, but still they celebrated. Janmashtami. So that is why it is said any kind of situation, Janmashtami should not be missed. Not only Vasudeva, even Devaki, she also felt very happy. Shankaracharya, he says in his Krishnashtakam, Vasudeva Sutam sorry, Vasudeva Sutam Devam, Kamsachanura Mardanam, Devaki Paramanandam, Krishnam Vande Jagadguru. It is said Devaki Paramanandam. Devaki was Paramananda. She was very happy because when why this shloka came is when Krishna was born, all the dukkha went away. Still, Devaki had one dukkha. I mean, she was very much in grief but when Krishna came into her life, she had lost all those grief. But there was one small dukkha for Devaki. What she was feeling is, I couldn't even spend one day with Krishna. It was Yashoda Maya and Nanda Maharaj who had all this opportunity to see through his Balya Leela. But even if I wish now, I cannot get that Balya Leela. I cannot see the pastimes of the Lord. Because she was feeling a lot. And she expressed it to the Lord. And Lord, what he did is, he said Devaki to close her eyes. And Krishna, what did is, through his Maya Shakti, he made Devaki in a situation that she became Yashoda. So Devaki is churning butter, cooking for Krishna and all those things. And then Krishna is coming, playing naughty things, then tying in the rope, mortar, all these pastimes Krishna makes run through Devaki. And Krishna is seeing this beautiful baby form of Krishna. Devaki is seeing this beautiful form of Krishna, and she goes to very, very ecstatic love. And all of a sudden, then Krishna then again comes back, and Devaki says, "Oh my God, I'm meditating a form. I have meditated a form which I have never seen in my life at all. So what is that? Can you let me know? You are so beautiful. I'm unable to take my mind from this beautiful form. It gives me Paramanandam." So that's how this Devaki Paramanandam. Finally, the Lord said, "Okay, don't worry. I will gift you this form permanently to you." And from Krishna, from his heart, he gifted this form which Devaki meditated. And this form he gifted to this deity, in a deity form he gifted to Devaki. And that deity is what even today you can take darshan of that deity in Udupi. It is a long pastime. So how would it is? No, there was a boat which got stuck and Madhvacharya got that deity. I'm not going into that pastime. So whoever wants to see this form of the Lord, which has come directly from the Krishna's heart, can visit Udupi. So this is how no, we'll have to try to understand the Lord. No, everyone asks, where is the Lord? Uh, uh, can you show him? Can I see him? Even Hiranyakashipu asked. Lord is present everywhere. We also know, but how many of us really realize that the Lord is also present within our heart? No, yes, Lord is there in Udupi. Lord is there in so many temples, but there is a temple within our heart also. How many of us really realize it? I was talking about the four darshan, right? And one of the darshan is Paramatma darshan. How many of us really realize that Lord is present really within the heart? We all know that Purandara Dasa's pastime where he couldn't eat the banana. His guru told that you have to eat it where nobody sees. But he said, no, everywhere Lord is present. I cannot, wherever I go, the Lord is coming as Paramatma. So this is the realization which we should have, that we should have that, no, um, uh, we'll have to realize Lord in our heart, and we'll have to make sure that the Lord is present and seated in our heart. Why the form of the Lord doesn't stay in our heart is, our heart is chanchala. Our hearts must be clean. No, it should be like a painter. No, well, like a painter who wants to paint, he should have a neat diagram. And it is also said this, who does natya, right? The stage also should be, he should have a proper stage. Then only he can do natya nicely. If the stage is also shaking, just like you cannot ask a person who's doing natya to go and dance on a floating stage, like a water stage, like we have a water bed and all, right? It'll keep floating. So however great dancer he is, he will fall. So it should be clean, no? And similarly, the wall or the paper must be clean, so that a painter can draw. So similarly, our mind our mind and hearts should be very clean. No, Krishna is a gentleman. Uh, so it is said that generally a gentleman will not go to any person's house unless he is invited. No, we have some people, no, wherever in that area, wherever there is marriage or wedding, right? They will simply go directly, they'll go to the dining hall, they'll eat food and come. Nowhere they are related to the wedding. When bride's side asks, they will tell I am from bridegroom side. When bridegroom side asks, I will tell I am from bride side. So it is like that. But any gentleman Unless he is invited, he will not go into their house. So similarly, Krishna is a gentleman. Unless we call him, he will never come into our hearts. Of course, he's there as Paramatma, but he will not reveal to us. That's the whole understanding. So if he has to come to our hearts, if he has to come, if we have to invite Krishna, we'll have to keep our hearts clean. Just like when our guest is coming to our house, all this broken furnitures, everything, we keep it ready. All of a sudden, when guest is coming without any invitation, just imagine our houses are all very dirty and we are put in a very embarrassed situation. We keep running then and trying to pick up things like that. So it should not be like that. We'll have to be prepared. Anytime the guest is coming, we'll have to keep the house clean. So similarly, Krishna's mercy can come at any time. We really don't know when it will come, but we'll have to be prepared. We have to be prepared with our hearts open. So only then, just like when we fix all this furniture and keep things ready, then Krishna will come into our hearts. So, and the process to do it is through chanting the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra. And we are really very fortunate that Krishna has appeared just 5,000 years back. And it Shastra says that Krishna comes only in once in a day of Brahma. And we have come in a very close time, just 5,000 years. There is another, 43 lakh 200 years more. So for that next 43 lakh 200 years, Krishna is not going to incarnate. He might incarnate maybe in some other Brahmandas, but not for us. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says he's also come 500 years back. And it is said, Shastra says Chaitanya, Krishna at least guarantee he'll come in a day of Brahma. But whereas Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he may come or he may not come. In that also, whenever he comes as Gaura Narayana. He does not come as Krishna Chaitanya. So Krishna Chaitanya is rarest incarnation of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So, which means this is the only Kali Yuga where devotees have an opportunity to go to Goloka Vrindavan. Or in all other yugas, the devotees can only go to Vaikuntha Loka. Whenever Chaitanya Mahaprabhu comes as Gaura Narayana, he gives Narayana mantra. He does not give Hare Krishna Maha mantra. So this is the first of all, in the Brahma, in a day of Brahma, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu can come or cannot come, which means it is already rare. Even if he comes, it is rarest of the rare where he comes as Krishna Chaitanya, which means he's already come as Krishna Chaitanya, and rest of the time he will just come as Gaura Narayana, he'll give Narayana mantra. So it is now all upon us whether we want to take up this opportunity, because our human form of life is very, very rare. Srimad Bhagavatam 10th canto says, Labda sudurlabhamidam bahu sambhavante, manusha martada manityam apiha diraha, turnam yatetana pated anumrityu yaha, nishreyasaya vishaya kalu sarvatasyat. So this human form of life is very, very rare, and we'll have to take care of opportunity. And Bhagavatam says, this happiness which you are getting from sense gratification is available even in the lowest form of life. But whereas Krishna consciousness is available only in human form of life, that opportunity is available in human form. That's the translation of this shloka. So that we all should make use of this opportunity, never miss this opportunity, especially the last point which I discussed, how rare, how fortunate we are to be Manushanam Sahasreshu Kashchit Ritiste. We are really fortunate. Yes, we call ourselves as fallen souls, but among that fallen souls, we are really fortunate because we have given an opportunity to understand Lord, and we have to be really thankful to Prabhupada for giving us this moment. This ISKCON is like an hospital, and Prabhupada is like an MD who built this hospital. And today there are so many doctors, nurses, and people are following this. So in hospital means there are lots of patients. Some patient does not have hand, some people does not have leg, some people has headache. So the whole point is all these devotees, all we devotees are compared to these patients. So we should have that unity, and we should cooperate with each other. A person who does not have hand should not laugh at a person who does not have leg. He does not have leg, we do not have hand. That's the only difference. So like that, even in Krishna conscious community, some devotees may have something lacking in something. Some devotees might be good in that, but lacking in something else. But we should not think, oh, ISKCON means we are still in this material world. If we were all perfect, we would have been in spiritual world. None of us would have come down. Right? The whole point we are struggling here is that it does not mean that once somebody comes to ISKCON, he becomes perfect. No, we are all taking medicines. We have not still not cured. We have not come out of hospital. We are in the hospital. The doctor has given some medication for 1 week, 10 days. For some patients, it is 1 week medication. For some persons, it is 1 year medication. Likewise, in this material world, some people will live for 60 years, some people will live for 80 years. We don't know how long we will. But the whole important point is we'll have to take that medicines sincerely. So that medicine is our Hare Krishna Maha Mantra. ISKCON is the hospital. And all these doctors are the guiding devotees. MD is Prabhupada. So we'll have to take this and take this medicine very sincerely. And once we follow that, we'll have to not worry about things has to be perfect, because again we'll have to understand we are in the material world only, as I said. And along with medicine, diet is very important. When I say diet, whenever you go to a doctor, he will give you medicine. Along with the medicine, he'll give you diet also. When you follow that diet along with the medicine, you will get cured very soon. Even without the diet, your medicines will work, but then medicine will take long time. If you take with diet, disease will go in 5 days. If you don't follow diet, oh, anyways, I'm eating medicine, let me eat 2 ice cream. If you think that way, the disease which will go in 5 days will take 15 days to go. So your medicine is Hare Krishna Maha Mantra, and your diet is reading Prabhupada books, taking association, coming to satsang, taking prasad, Krishna prasadam, celebrating Janmastami festivals, taking association of devotees, reading Bhagavatam, listening to lectures. So these are all the diets. So when we take along with medicine, when we practice diet also, then one progresses into Krishna conscious very quickly. Thank you, Hare Krishna. I took 10 minutes extra. That's because I wanted to conclude in a right way. So I'm apology for that. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. One of the best lectures I have heard. So very diligently you have taken us. As you already mentioned, we had been through the various pastimes of the Lord. But here, when you explained us how to celebrate, what is the reason why some people are unable to take up Krishna consciousness, how we being in ISKCON can able to get cured of this material diseases, and very nicely have given us the item of Krishna consciousness, Prabhu. I sincerely thank you very much. And so we will keep it open for the audience have any questions, clarifications. Then we have Radha Rajavilashini Mataji ready to say our thanksgiving to you, Prabhu. Hare Krishna. Any questions? Can you please unmute and come on the video, and you can ask Prabhu. Prabhu is waiting for you. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Dandavats. Prabhu, we have a nice class today regarding Darshanas, Prabhu, Vaikuntha, meditation, Avatara Paramatma, and Lakshya Vigraha. Prabhu, what about Nirakara Swarupa?
Sorry, Prabhu, did you ask what is Nirakara?
Nirakara. We get darshan in the Nirakara Bhava also, Prabhu.
Okay, that is different, Prabhu. So there are basically three different ways to understand the absolute truth. Your Nirakara is nothing but Brahma Jyoti, and then there is second one is Paramatma, and the third one is the personal deity of the Lord. Okay, so the best example I can give for you to make to understand is, now for you're going, one person is going to the railway station for the first time. He's never seen train in his life at all. So he's saying from far they are announcing so and so train is coming from Bangalore to Chennai, and from far away there is train's sound is coming, and only he can see is that the headlight of the train. It is a night, and he can see you when you see a train coming from far. We know, right? We know what we see. We can see the sound, and only that headlight, that light we can see. So this person thinks that, oh, this is what is train, and he leaves. Okay. Then second person comes. He comes. He sees the headlight sound, and then train comes to the platform, and he sees that, okay, this is the train, and he leaves. Third person comes. He sees. He wants to experience it. The train comes. He gets inside the train, and he takes a journey inside the train. He tries to understand what is how the birth works, what TT means, how does the train stop in a station, what are the signals, everything he understands. So out of these three, who has the better understanding of what a train is? Third
Get
person. Yeah,
inside the
correct. Now, whatever a first person saw is also not wrong. He also saw a train only. He's seen but he has not seen it completely. He just sees the sound and he sees the headlight from far, and he thinks train. So whenever you go and ask that person what is a train, he says that okay, there is a sound will come, one headlight will come. Now whatever he's seen is also true. But the third person, so this is compared to Nirakara form, Brahmajyoti, which means he understands the Lord, but as per him, there is a Lord does not have any form. So it is very, very, very initial stage of understanding. Then comes the second person. So he sees the train. Similarly, a devotee understands there is a Paramatma inside our heart. He knows that there is Paramatma, but he is still not realized it. Now, for realizing the Lord, he has to get in touch with the Lord. Personally, he has to connect. And that personal connection is possible through the medium of devotional service. So just like this person gets into the train, he sits in a seat, he sees the birth, he buys samosa inside the train. So he knows in and out everything. So then he understands, okay, this is the process. Like that, we get into devotional service and then we get into, now all these three are correct. But Nirakara is very, 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 it is not the impersonal, it is the impersonalist Mayavadi way of doing the Lord, understanding the Lord, which is not the right process. If it is, Shastra says that even if someone starts to worship the Nirakara form, he will come to an understanding that there is Paramatma, and then he'll do devotional service. The Lord also says that whoever worships the Nirakara, he comes into Brahmajyoti. He becomes Aikya with the Brahmajyoti, but over a period of time, he has to anyways come back again to this. He has to take birth to this material world. But since he has worshipped that Nirakara, there would be some Sukriti that he will be given a chance to take up Krishna consciousness. So this is what is Nirakara, Prabhu. I just gave you a simple example of train to make you understand. So I hope I answered your question.
Yeah, yes,
Hare Krishna, Prabhu, Dandavat Pranam. Thank you, Prabhu, for that wonderful class. So, Prabhu, you were mentioning about the deity which came directly from Krishna's heart, and that is the deity in Udupi, you said. Is it
Yes.
that main deity what is there in Udupi? Is that the one you're talking? Is that the one, Prabhu?
Yes, Mataji, yes. See, that DT was somehow, it was when Dwarka went inside the sea, DT was lost, and somehow that for some fisherman got it, and then he was putting into the boat, and that boat suddenly it sinks, and then Madhvacharya comes for help, and then out of the gratitude that boat captain wanted to give him a gift, he says, "I don't want anyone, I don't need anything." And then he says that no, okay, at least you have to take something. Then he gives a very big sandalwood stone or something, and inside that he finds this DT, and that's how it gets installed into Udupi. So it's a beautiful darshan. Yeah, it's a Lord. It's a DT which is directly from the heart of the Lord.
Okay, Prabhu. Thank you so much for giving us this information, Prabhu. It's really useful because every day there's a devotee who posts, Udupi Krishna in our group. So I used to never get that bhava that much. Now that you told me, Prabhu, I'm really happy that you gave us all this information. Thank you, Prabhuji.
Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna. So I heard today is the last session, Prabhu. It is because of your Janmastami celebrations, is it?
Yeah, Prabhu, we are getting prepared. So we will not be having time if we are engaged here. So it is actually initiation by Parabhakti. So we had with you, we have done 19 days totally.
Oh, that's very good. And I wish you all the success and best wishes to your Janmashtami programs, Prabhu. May it become a grand success. Which area you're doing it?
Okay, we are doing in here as usual in Amurtanagar and KHB Kalli in Yelahanka and Margodanhalli. And
multiple programs, Prabhu.
Yeah, and in my office, in 4 places we are doing.
Oh, nice, very nice.
Okay, so fine, Radha Vrajavila Shri Mataji, you can.
Okay. Yes, Prabhu.
Mataji would like to, on behalf of Radha Gopinath Circle, she would like to express her thanksgiving for you, Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
Yes, Prabhu. So just another takeaway point, Prabhu. Just in the beginning itself, sir, when the mercy flows, Krishna's mercy flows, what should you do? You just said you have to just accept it. That was a very nice point for me. Okay, and also the three things.
This actually is a reality. Actually,
yeah,
your Prabhu said it is very
Reality.
practical reality. Just
Exactly.
accept and move forward. Move
Yeah.
forward.
That mercy comes through our leaders. That's what Prabhu said. When a leader is giving you some, some seva, you just please accept it, because that seva is given to you by Krishna. It's coming through our leaders. So you just have to not keep giving reasons like how you said. Just accept it. Thank you, Prabhu, for that. And also the three things what happens when Krishna is carried from Mathura to Gokul. That was very nice, Prabhuji. Okay, and how you should keep our minds and hearts should be kept clean, because Krishna is gentleman. So if you want a gentleman to come into our heart, we have to just purify our heart and mind, and that is the process. Is that to cleanse the heart is by chanting the holy name of the Lord Hare Krishna Mahamantra. So last but not the least, you said how fortunate we are that we have been given opportunity to serve the Supreme Lord in this, in this Kali Yuga. We are very fortunate. And you also spoke about what is a medicine given to all of us, who is a doctor, who is MD, Srila Prabhupada and all. Very nicely explained, Prabhu. Thank you so much for giving your association. So
Two more points, Mataji. One is
Yes.
also I heard for Janmastami, Prabhu said there is no Sutakam.
Yes, Prabhu.
So
There is no
very
Sutakam for celebrating Janmashtami. Yeah, I've written, I skipped it. There is no Sutaka for celebrating Janmashtami. Thank you for all these wonderful points,
and
Prabhu.
also that Smashana Vairagya. People are addicted to Smashana Vairagya.
Yeah, just for 3 days that Vairagya will be there. After that, it is gone again.
Thank you very much, Prabhu. Yes,
Thank you.
Mataji, continue.
Yeah, Prabhu, and we are worried, Prabhu. Earlier, you were supposed to give a class 4 days back, and it was cancelled. Oh, I thought, Prabhu is not going to give class. Thank you for coming back again.
I forgot to mention. Prabhu has lost one of his relatives. So for that, Prabhu had been there. So at the end, we also include that person in our prayers.
Okay, Prabhu. Okay. So on behalf of our leaders, Mathurapati Prabhu and Parabhakti Mataji and all the devotees assembled here, we will all chant for Prabhuji and his whole family's well-being. We'll all chant Hare Krishna Maha Mantra twice, one for Prabhuji and one for Prabhuji's relative who left the body. Yeah. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
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 Hare
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 Rama,
Rama,
Hare Rama, Rama
Hare
Hare
Hare Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Rama,
Hare
Rama
Rama,
Hare.
Hare Hare.
Thank you, Prabhuji.
So much, Prabhu.
Thank you so much, Mataji. Once again, it's such an honor, and it's really inspired to be. I'll really take a lot of points for myself from this group, and I'll also try to inspire my devotees also here. So really, like I said, I'm so humbled and full of gratitude for this group for giving me this service opportunity. Thank you, Matrapati Prabhu and all his devotee family. Once again, wish you a very, very successful Janmashtami.
Thank you, Prabhuji.